let me take you to a world where Nits brightness can roam free and display its awesome power. All brought to you by the mini LED NEO QLED technology from the Samsung QN90A 4K TV. Hi friends, welcome to Viktors Reality. Today I have a video on Demon's Souls on the PlayStation 5 on the Samsung QN90A NEO QLED mini LED TV. And what we're going to cover today is how amazing the HDR is in Demon's Souls, a side-by-side versus the LG 27G950 versus the Samsung Odyssey G7 versus this QN90A mini LED TV, and we'll round it off with some gameplay of Demon's Souls on the QN90A, showing you how amazing and how beautiful it looks. And maybe if you want to try to see if you see any smear, this is on game mode, so this is a perfect test as the black levels here are amazing. And if you can spot it, this would be an awesome scenario where you can see if there is smear or not. Now personally, I don't see smear, I didn't see any, so have a careful eye and see if you can spot it, because that would answer many questions I receive here on the channel. Does this TV display any smear? This is a perfect test. Look at the trees, look at the Gothic bricks all over the buildings, and see if you can spot it. And if you can't spot it, then your answer is clear. But we will get to a blur buster test in the future of this awesome TV versus the Samsung Odyssey G7, which they are both VA panels, of course with different technologies. So stay tuned for that. Now opening the video with this image here on display, you can see how amazing the HDR looks here in this game with this opening part of the ceiling. I wanted to show how much brightness is pouring through. It is amazing, and I don't even think my camera can do this game justice. It cannot do HDR justice, that's for sure. So I'm just letting you know, with this TV, you will have an amazing experience, and you can finally leave HDR on and forget about SDR ever existed, because every single image I've thrown at this TV, from movies to games to TV, HDR looks better and as bright as SDR. And that's an amazing feat, because you cannot do that on an OLED, you cannot do that on a sub 1000 nit TV. On my X850C that had 400 nits, you could never achieve the HDR brightness. Not even the Q70R from Samsung. Those TVs on the HDR mode didn't look anywhere near as beautiful, as bright, as contrasty as this QN90A. Trust me when I say, you will not regret. If you specifically want HDR and that nits power with this mini LED technology, you will not regret it. And be aware, from the 55-inch, 65-inch, and on, every size has different dimming zones. I'll display it here and I'll put it in the description. As the higher the size you go, the more dimming zones you get, which is more dimming zones per inch, which technically should be better performance. So this is a 55-inch, and you should get better performance on a 65 and higher. And you can see all my calculated math in the description below. Remember, I break my head for you so you don't have to, and math nobody likes. And that brings me to a quick shout out. Friends, if you do find this video helpful, please leave a like, share, comment, and subscribe if you do want to see more Samsung QN90A NEO QLED mini LED TV videos and applications to help you make an awesome buying decision. Every little bit helps, and I truly would appreciate it, because we're all in this together and we all want to make an awesome buying decision. We don't want to return anything, and we don't want to have any regrets buying something, wishing that we had something else. So please leave a like, because that helps the channel grow, and subscribe if you do want to see more, because I am here to help. And any suggestions you may have, please feel free to leave a comment, and with time I will get to it and always be here to help you. Thanks guys. So now what we're going to do is we're going to go into a QN90A versus G7 versus LG 27G950 nits comparison. Now, before we get into it, I do want to make something clear. While this video was not tested with a nits calibrator, I do have a nit calibrator, the iDisplay Pro Plus, and I will be using that nits calibrator to get true numbers. I know Ardings has it, but I need to provide my own numbers, because I want to be able to provide that to you always on future TVs and monitors. But I believe I have the best eyeballs in the business, and I can easily see what looks bright, what doesn't, what looks dull and dim, and what looks amazing and contrasty. I can tell the difference, and I want to be able to provide that for you. So have confidence, and let's see if you agree with my analysis in this upcoming section. Now with all three panels displayed here, as you can see, and let's start off with the Odyssey G7. With a 10% highlight, it's at 530 nits. With a 25%, it's a 470 nits, and the highlights of 50% is 360, while on the LG 27G950 IPS nanotechnology panel, they have amazing HDR performance with a 10%, 25%, and 50% all hitting plus 710. That is amazing in itself, and if I would eyeball it, and I would see the picture as a whole and see what highlights is popping, because I have other monitors and I can compare it to see how dim and how bright something is. Again, this is my analysis, but I would say this is a 25 to 50% highlight. Remember, you got to see the whole picture in total. Anything lit up, anything that's bright highlights, anything that's dark contrast, anything that's black levels, all that combined, you can easily see the LG's 700 plus nits in power displayed here, because I know that's not no 440 nits on the LG. I know that for a fact. So I'm gonna say we're looking here at a 50% or 25% in between. I kind of tend to say it's 50% just because on the G7 it does look dimmer, but the contrast looks amazing because of course of the VA panel. It does look amazing. So I'm not knocking any panel off because they're both beautiful panels, and that's why I have them here. I use them every day, and I wouldn't buy something that's junk. These are awesome, amazing technologies, especially 2019 and on. These technologies are amazing, and you can't go wrong with either. But the IPS does display its washed out look compared to the G7's beautiful contrasty image at a lower brightness. So I would say this does look either at a 360 nits on the G7 or 470, while on the LG it's a flat 720 plus. And I kind of tend to believe it's a 360 plus nit on the G7. And I say 360 instead of 470 because that white highlight does not look like my Dell S2721 DGF monitor that is 400 plus nits in HDR. So I don't believe that's 400 nits. I believe that's in the range of 360-ish on the G7, while on the LG we get 725 plus. Again, these are ratings.com numbers, and if you do want to see more of these numbers, the link will be in the description below so you can see for yourself these amazing numbers. And we are testing here HDR. But again, all three together, you can easily see how bright the QN90A TV is. It's amazingly bright, and to me it looks brighter, and to me it looks like double the brightness of the LG. Now this is HDR in game mode, and at 10% brightness we have 1614, while at 25% we have a 1655, and at 50% we do have 1110 nits of power. Now I would say if we're going to go with the 50%, that's 1110 nits. From 700 to 1100, in a sense, that's 350, 450 nits. I'm sorry, but I believe that's higher. That number, the TV is displaying a brighter image just from looking at this screen. So I tend to believe we're looking at a 25% window here with a 1655, give or take. I would say in the middle between 1110 and 1655. I would say in between 1200, 1300 nits. About double the power of the LG 27GN950. That's me eyeballing it. And you can easily see what a sub 350 nit on the G7 and double the power of 700 plus nits, you get the LG. So you see the difference down there. And then if you double the power, 700 times 2 is just, which would be 1400 nits. That seems about right. 1400 nits would be on the Samsung QN90A. Again, just eyeballing it here, the nits power plus in conjunction with the mini LED technology here displayed on this NEO QLED panel, the contrast of the G7 with the power of the LG displayed here on these two bottom screens, contrast plus HDR power equals mini LED TV power of this Samsung TV. So here I'm showing you the awesome nits performance of this highlight in HDR on this TV, and I'm showing you to compare so you can see for yourself, is HDR worth it? Maybe you don't like HDR. Again, this is a specific HDR video. I will be able to do SDR videos in the future, but it's a drastic difference. From HDR on the G7 to the LG, you get the best of both worlds of VA contrast and IPS and HDR power, and that equals to the Samsung QN90A Mini LED NEO QLED TV. So I wanted to bring that to you because that was important from what I saw. Again, all three panels are beautiful. Samsung Odyssey G7 is the fastest panel I have seen. So imagine what a NEO Odyssey G7 is going to look like. Oh boy, if it can match anything like the TV, we're in for a treat. And like I said, if Samsung does announce, which the trademarks did show, of the NEO Odyssey G7, we're all going to have a party here on the channel. I'll throw it and you're all invited because that will be a treat for us PC gamers. And now here with amazing gameplay of Demon's Souls on the PlayStation 5 on the Samsung QN90A NEO QLED Mini LED TV. Look how beautiful everything looks. The highlights are popping, the contrast is amazing. The fluidity and motion of this game, I do have this on game mode with Game Motion Plus on. It looks super smooth, looks beautiful. Artifacts are kept to a very minimum. I come from a Sony X850C, which did have artifacts with Auto Motion Plus, but the milliseconds there was 80 to 90. Then I went to a Samsung Q70R 55-inch TV, and while Auto Motion was there were less artifacts in a sense than the Sony, but it was still there. I would say comparable. HDR performance on the Q70R was not up to my standards on what HDR should be. And now looking at the QN90A, HDR is amazing. Again, you can follow artings.com and see all their HDR numbers. It's the most amazing HDR picture I have seen, with the HDR highlights and the contrast you get from this TV. Beautiful. Now, I've only played the first 2 levels of this game. I have yet to see any blooming on this TV. And the graphics here, of course, are beautiful from the PlayStation 5. And the cool thing is, I don't know if anyone knows, and the cool thing is, just so you're aware, the PlayStation 5 connects to HDMI port 4. When you turn on your PlayStation 5, game mode automatically starts. So the TV already recognizes the PlayStation 5 and starts game mode. So that is a cool feature, and everything kicks in game mode. Now with game mode, the picture does degrade a bit compared to standard or dynamic, etc. So you do need to adjust your settings. I do put this at 40 color because the color is not the same compared to the other modes, and I have this all the way brightness. Especially with HDR, you have to max out all your brightness, all your contrast, everything in here. Local dimming is on high. Again, that's the way I like to play. Everyone likes to play differently. You can always adjust your settings, less saturation, different kind of look. You can even go for a calibrated look, follow artings.com. But I choose out of the box, picture pop. I want to feel and see that dragon's fire all over the screen, and I want these monsters to actually scare me. So this game is amazing, it's beautiful, and this TV just literally makes everything come to life. And that's why you want a new TV. You know, you want a TV to actually display your content, your movies, your media, and everything just comes to life with this technology. Everything comes to life with this amazing TV, especially HDR brightness. SDR performance is very good. It's sometimes even too bright. So if you're watching Sling TV, you do have to lower your settings. But look how beautiful the fog here is. It's just so realistic. It looks amazing. You could see, oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Whew. Sorry you guys, I freaked out right now because I do have headphones on as I'm playing and talking at the same time. And I'm looking at the trees, I'm hearing the fire in the background, all that stuff. I'm hearing all the ambience, and that thing just popped out. That's, oh my gosh. Oh my god, that's gonna be a blooper for the video. Okay, so now moving on here for this second part of the video. Look how awesome the dragon looks. Look how awesome the castle looks. I'm telling you, it's super crystal clear. I can only imagine what 8K would look like. You know, this is the only 4K TV I need that has the Samsung chip. And the next TV I would like to get would be an LG OLED, as I do want to experience what an OLED provides. You know, this channel will always be about truth. It will always be about showing you the differences between technologies. If you prefer a certain brand, that's all fine and everything. I prefer certain brands. You know, when I get a phone, I get my Samsung Galaxies. That's just the way I do it. When I go for TV, you know, I want my Auto Motion Plus. I want that contrast and that HDR brightness. OLED is an amazing technology, but it's not ready for what I need it for. And that's the thing, you have to get a TV that fits your lifestyle and your needs. Forget about everyone that says this one is better, that one's better. I could tell you all day long, the QLED is better than the OLED, don't get the OLED. But that's bias talk right there. I don't want to be that way. And many channels out there tell you to buy this or buy that. I'm not going to tell you don't believe another person, because who am I to say that? On the contrary, what I would recommend you do is to look at as many YouTubers as possible, as many reviews as possible, so you can feel 100% in confidence that you're getting something that fits your lifestyle, that fits your needs. And I hope I can be a part of that to help you make an awesome buying decision. But in reality, even when I buy something, I don't look at just one reviewer. I look at many reviewers and I make a summary, and that's the decision I make. And then I hope I make the right one, and I usually do. So this is a perfect part to show you how that red looked. Look at that red sword, the fire on it. Look how beautiful it looks. I want to show you this. Let me die here so you can See how amazing, how colorful the fire is coming off the character. Yep, I died. But I wanted to show you how beautiful that looked. Okay, now starting off again here, I want to show you a part when I get indoors just to show you true black levels of this TV. Remember, look how beautiful that looked. Wow, so much color, so much brightness illuminating the area. I'm telling you, it's like you're eating candy when you watch TV. It's just amazing. The picture here is just beautiful. And especially if you have this in a bright room with this nit brightness, you need that because it does have an ultra wide film to diffuse reflections. If you have a bright room, a living room, or if you just want nit power, this is the TV to go. As you can see the walls right here, remember this is not OLED, so you're not going to get that infinity to 1 contrast ratio. This is the best thing you can get other than getting another TV with many more zones. This has 576 on the 55-inch, but from the motion processing to the nits power, this TV is a winner in my book. But like I was saying, look at many reviews. I hope you stay, I hope you subscribe, and you stay on the channel to see more videos of different TVs and monitors. But I can only be honest with you, and I would say this TV is a winner. And it will be amazing to get an OLED to compare, but this is one of the top 3 TVs of the year. And here in this part, I want to show you, look at the dark levels, look at the black levels in the doorway. You can tell it's not inky black, it's not OLED black, but it's very close because the highlights are making everything pop, so you can't really see that inky black because the brightness is just beautiful. So there you go, everyone. Here is the Samsung QN90A NEO QLED Mini LED TV on the PlayStation 5 playing Demon's Souls at 4K in HDR with its amazing HDR brightness. I hope you enjoyed the video, and please friends, if you do find this video helpful, please leave a like, share, comment, and subscribe. Don't forget to turn on that notification bell so you never miss out on a future Samsung QN90A NEO QLED Mini LED TV or Samsung Odyssey G7 or LG 27 GN950 video. I'll see you guys next time.